42 minutes left on the map. I'm just going to fly 330 and see if I can bump into some action. Twelve players on the map. A town, a river, an airfield, another town and a bigger river. Let's see if we can spot that on the map. I think I can see it already. This one, this one, this one. Or this one, this one, this one. There's the bigger river. There's the town with the river. Where am I? Town, airfield, river. That's got to be town, airfield, river. Let's head for this. That's the big. That's got to be Bond. This is the Dora. I'm carrying rockets, R4M rockets. I believe you get 26 of them. You can fire them, I don't know what, all at once or bit by bit. I think you fire them 4 at a time, so maybe you get 6 shots or you fire 6 at a time. I think you fire 6 at a time, so you get 4 shots, 6 4s are 24. In it. 6 4s are 24, in it. In. Let's see if I can change the fire order with Windows button and B. What about Windows button and R? If I press Windows button and R, will that change the rocket configuration? I don't know. I'm not going to bother with it. I'll end up wasting my rockets, I think. As soon as I press R, the rockets are going to fire. I also have rockets assigned to one of my keys on my buttons on my joystick. I can't remember which one it is though. I think all of my guns fire through one trigger. I think the button I use for cannon is unassigned. Because all of the cannons fire through button 1. And then the rocket fires through a button on the top of the joystick, but I can't remember which one it is. And in the heat of battle, when I have to be just right, I'm only just going to go with what I know works, which is the R button on the keyboard. So I've gotten here, there's an airfield, there's a town beyond, and here's a huge town, and here's a river. So I think this is Bond. Could be wrong, could be totally wrong. I think I'm cruising along at continuous path. So from here, I'm going to go somewhere. There's a big cathedral. This looks kind of familiar. Do I recognise this place? There's 3 bridges there. One of them's blown up. Okay, Frag, how's it? Maybe just put into auto level, see what I can see on the map. I'm going to change direction, probably to 330 again. I can only see one bridge there. The town that I flew over had 3 bridges. Maybe I'm at Cologne, it's got heaps of bridges. And it's got a train bridge there. I think I'm over Cologne, and there's an airfield there, and that, yeah, I'm over Cologne. That makes sense because I was going 330. So I'm not over Bonn, I'm over Cologne. So then I'll just keep going 330. So I'll change direction. Alright, I have 330. Look at that. There's some smoke there. So that's an airfield. So that must be that airfield there. let's continue. I don't normally carry rockets. I'm going to have to, if I see any action, I'm going to have to remember to use the rockets first and then use the cannons. Or maybe not, use the cannons. But if you need to evade and you've got rockets, it's too heavy, you need to ditch them, and that would be a waste. So it's better to, if at all possible, it's better to use the rockets first and then something else afterwards. Cannon after. Yeah, same here, man, same here. I have, on the top of my Logitech 3D Pro Extreme, I've got 3D Extreme Pro. I have so I've got machine gun. Traditionally, whatever my layout is, I've got machine gun, cannon, two separate triggers, and then I've got, on the top of the joystick, I've got rocket and then bomb. But I can't remember which is which. I suppose I could line up, I'm pretty sure I know which one it is. I suppose I could line up the crosshairs on the target and then just press everything on top of the joystick. There's 4 buttons up there, plus the hat. So I think it's one of the 2 buttons on the left, so I'll just press both of those and it'll only take a split second, and then I'll figure out which one it. I could go and look in the key assignments as well, but then that would take me away from the combat for too long. Or I could just press R, so I've got a few options there. It's pretty hard to do anything with rocket. Rockets are meant for bombers that are flying straight and level in a gigantic formation where you've got 1,000 bombers to choose from, and you just like loose your rockets and you might hit some. G'day VT, how's it going? So we've got another town over there. Pretty big one on the... We're still going 330. I'm probably not at a very high power setting either. That's probably Dusseldorf in the distance. I'm going 330 at the moment. I started down here. And I'm just going up this way like this until the map ends. I think I can see Dusseldorf in the distance. All good there. Cool. There's another one of those mustard coloured smokes. I think that's the repair and the refuel, but I've never used them. I don't know if they're fully operational yet. Looks like they are though. That'd be pretty. If you've got a damaged aircraft, you could put it down there and repair it and then get up into the air again. This is a pretty casual flight. Remember, it's one flight only. There's not that much time left on it. There's not many players on the map. 5 on one, 8 on the other. 13 players, 33 minutes left. Just going to fly straight in a straight line and see if I can see anything. Probably won't, but I will. I've turned the thermostat for the water radiator up to 100%, so I can get the engine nice and hot, which is essential for going fast, especially at high altitude. Town. I also have to remember I have boot. So I can use boot. I took off with full fuel. It's about 500 litre. Plane like this, you really want to take off with full. Jülich defense is under attack 2120. Let's try that. Where is that? Right there. I can go. Let's change course. We'll go south. I just checked if this plane has cowl flaps that I can operate, and it doesn't. It's automatic. I used to know that, but I forgot. That's important because the similar plane to this, the FW190D-9 has manual cowl flaps, and if you have them closed, particularly when you're climbing, you'll burn the engine and it'll just stop. When you're climbing in the A8, you need to have the cowl flaps open 60-70%. You won't immediately feel the effects, but when you get to cruising altitude, like you're climbing out to say 15-20,000 feet, you'll get there and then the engine will stop. But if you've got the cowl flaps open 60 or 70%, that won't happen. And then in the cruise, you can just keep them open a bit, maybe 30%, or you can shut them or whatever. This one is automatic. So we've got a town here. What could it be? I was going 330 and then I turned due south. Is this my destination? Has it got a river? It's just a town without a river, I believe. I'm pretty low, so it's hard to tell, but it looks just like a town without a river. Does it have an airfield? Doesn't seem to have an airfield. So it's a town by itself without a river and without an airfield. Let's keep going south and we'll check on them. Did I just pass Gladbach? Probably. I'm en route to Jülich, although it's going to take me ages to get a town by itself without a river. It could have been this one here, Grevenbroich. Could have been that one. It will be that one if it has that there. That's a pretty small town as well. Directly south of it there's a river, a lake. And I'm looking for that lake now. I can't see it at all, so it's probably Gladbach. If I wanted to, I could go back and tell if it's Gladback, because Gladback has defences, and I could locate the defences and go, alright, that's Gladback. I'm going to assume that that's Gladback. What else could it? I mean, couldn't be Crefeld. It's either Gladback or Grevenbroich. It's not Jülich, because Jülich has some water features and some defences. So let's keep going. It's probably this one, so I'll keep going. There should be some water on my right hand side. And Grevenbroich should be over here somewhere, that means. Just there, I think. I think I can see a lake to the south. Alright, so I'm pretty much on track, I think. By the time I get there, the attacker would be long gone, but oh well, what can you do? There's nothing better I can do, really. Might change my course a bit and go 190. But I'm pretty much doing that now. I'm at 185, so I'll go 190. If nothing else, it's an exercise in low-level navigation. I'm actually now kind of stoked for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 coming out in, 10 days' time. One thing that I'm cut about is that round fishing in 25 minutes. To fly the Cessna 152, you have to get the premium package or some be it. So I think the base package is like $50 US, probably. I don't know. So for me, that's about $1 million. What is that? It's like $70 or something for me, Australian dollars. But then, if you want to get certain planes like the Cessna 152 Aerobat, you have to get there's 3 tiers, right? So you have to get the second tier or the third tier to be included, to include the Cessna 152. So I'm probably going to have to get the second tier, which, how much is that? I don't know. I think I'm going to end up paying $120 or something to get it. So, damn. Hey, shit, look at that, look at that, look at that. We got one. I got someone on my tap. Doesn't matter, I've got a strong plane. Microsoft being buggy, yeah, I don't know. I've seen some, obviously there's certain special boys that have access to it early on YouTube and they're playing it. They're like streaming it and stuff, and some of it, I don't know, some of it looked pretty mediocre and some of it looked damn well fantastic. So, yeah. I got to be honest with you. The some of it that I saw looked way better than I'd expected. To the point where I'm motivated to actually go and get it. So yeah, that's a big hole. Yeah. So oh well, that was like 2 against 1. I could have taken him out just with my cannons, but I decided to be a fancy pants and use the rockets, which didn't work. I don't know. It probably came close. So, and then I think I got shot down by a Mustang. You notice I didn't really try and maneuver, even though someone was shooting at me. And I figured because I wanted to take out the P-47, and the Dora is such a strong plane that often someone can be shooting at you from behind. And provided that you don't give them an angle into the cockpit, their bullets will just keep hitting your armor plate and they can't get you. It's a really strong plane. So, oh well. I almost took out that 47, I think. Anyways, guys, that is the end of the stream. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back for probably a Red Dead Redemption 2 stream at some point. Thanks, guys, and see you next time. Bye-bye.